Hi, everybody. Happy Travel Tuesday.
Hi, Brian. I am traveling. I'm sorry to say that you are not with me, but here I am in the airport. Do you want to take a few guesses where I am?
Well, I could guess, but I know where you are.
I
So you
know.
you
Yeah, we
you
can't even
made it.
pretend.
Yep, you made a journey down to Texas. I think you're in Houston at Houston Intercontinental Airport.
Y'all are right about that. I got to give the oh y'all since I'm in Texas. So, yeah, the Houston, the Bush Intercontinental. So, the big, huge airport, as you know. So, I got here no problem. I had to take two planes from the Buffalo airport. Connections worked smoothly, no problems whatsoever. Hopefully, all of that issues that we saw earlier this year are behind us as we move into the Thanksgiving travel holiday. But yeah, I'm here for a special event.
Absolutely. Well, I'm on the road as well today. Nothing is as exciting as where you are. I'm in Syracuse, New York, in our administration building today, but I'm on the road as well. But you are in Houston. Actually, you're going to be going to Galveston for a very special event starting tomorrow.
That's right. I've been doing some work out of the airport here today, and I'll be going to Galveston. They've invested multi-million, I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars into the Port of Galveston to take it up a notch to be able to host even more cruise ships out of that port. So really on par with a Miami or a Fort Lauderdale. They do expect more than 1 million passengers to board cruise ships in Galveston in 2023. So I'm going to check out the new port and check out Allure of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, and I'm going to report it all right back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. The investment in there is $125 million. And what that means is larger cruise ships can come into Galveston. It really is an up and coming port for, not only Caribbean cruises, Mexico cruises as well. So it's going to add a wonderful opportunity for passengers with a new gateway for cruising.
Yeah, and there have been other investments as well. The Port of Galveston itself invested $33 million. I mean, the investments just keep coming. So they really are hoping, as cruising has really turned around and more people are booking these cruises, that 2023 will be the year to consider sailing out of Galveston. So I can't wait to check it out.
Absolutely. And as we know, and we've talked coming out of the pandemic, COVID is still present, but, cruising has become the best value right now. So many passengers are cruising, more cruise ships, new inaugurals, they're being launched. And of course, we need wonderful, efficient port cities to, have those cruise ships for embarkation and debarkation purposes.
I was thinking about it on the plane today, Brian, and I was like, it's cheaper to go on a cruise than it would be to stay home and take a staycation. It really, by the time you take all the values that are there, and you always say, it's too good of a deal to even stay home, but it really is a better deal than even a staycation. If you're going to go out to dinner every night or whatever you might do for entertainment, it's all there on the cruise ships, and they have some incredible offers.
It's all there. You're right. All those inclusions, but also visiting the different ports and destinations, and you can experience the culture of different islands, whether it happens to be the Caribbean or it is Europe or Hawaii or Asia. There are so many opportunities. So can't wait to hear more about that. And you're traveling this week, and we're getting on the cusp of Thanksgiving travel.
We sure are. And you were saying that you're in Syracuse. I was in Elmira over the weekend, and there was still some nice fall foliage. So I'm sure you had a nice ride to the Syracuse region. So a lot of people will be traveling by car, but of course, a lot of people by plane and even train this Thanksgiving as well. And AAA, we revealed a little bit last week on our Travel Tuesday. Sorry, they're of course making announcements in the airport, but we have top rental car destinations, and today we have top destinations and some ideas on pricing and what to expect this year.
Absolutely. The AAA National has come out with top 10 Thanksgiving destinations for 2022. Guess which one is number one, Elizabeth? And your first three guesses don't count.
We always say, no matter what the occasion, Orlando seems to come in number one.
It is, and of course, because there's such an attraction to Orlando with Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Studios and, the beaches on the east and west coast, it really is a great destination. So many people travel there for not only Thanksgiving, but the holidays and year round as well. But when you think of that, Orlando number one, number two, Anaheim, California, which is Southern California, again, where, Knott's Berry Farm is, Disneyland is out there, SeaWorld, Universal on the West Coast. Again, these are family-related destinations that have become so popular year after year.
Yeah, fun for families to visit, enjoy the holiday together. That's what Thanksgiving's all about, being with loved ones. And, they're doing it in places where there's a lot of entertainment, a lot of meals, a lot of dining, everything accessible.
Absolutely. And, with that list came some data on average hotel costs. And overall, hotel costs are up 8% compared to 2021, but there's some significant decreases in hotel rates in some major cities, such as Las Vegas, huge reduction, Orlando, Phoenix, and Denver. So those are some top destinations where we've seen hotel nightly rates actually come down.
Yeah. And so this is a good point for people who might say, oh, I can't go on vacation right now. Well, maybe consider some other options because there'll be better deals depending on where you want to go. And one of the trends that this report really shows too is a lot of travelers returning to big cities once again. During the pandemic, people kind of stayed a little bit remote, maybe they went to some more rural type of areas, but people are heading back to these big cities.
They absolutely are. And it's great to see. We've been very busy. People are planning not only for the holidays, but for next year. We're even doing bookings out into 2024. So we do know that pent up demand is there. Speaking of the holidays and Thanksgiving, additionally, AAA, and you can find it on AAA.com, AAA diamond rated restaurants open on Thanksgiving. And so there's a list in a lot of these major cities of 4 diamond restaurants that are open. If you don't want to cook that, traditional Thanksgiving dinner, you can go out to one of these 4 diamond restaurants. And right in our own backyard in Buffalo, we have Oliver's Restaurant. You and I were there last week to present them with their 4 Diamond award. They are open on Thanksgiving from 1 to 8 as well, right here in Buffalo. So a great opportunity if you don't want to cook that bird at home.
Exactly. Take it easy on Thanksgiving, let everyone enjoy it. So not one person's doing all the cooking and minding the stove and everyone can kick back and relax. And I was giggling at the restaurant that they recommended for Orlando because I said, oh, you're going to have to put the Mickey ears down to go to that one because what's the name of it? Do you see it listed there?
Primo and the Venetian Chop House.
Yeah, the Venetian Chop
Yes.
House. I said,
Yes.
you can't wear the Mickey ears there. I don't think anyway. So you could have a mix of the best of both worlds. You go to the parks and have that experience and then enjoy Thanksgiving with some fine dining. So you can't go wrong.
Absolutely is right. So, and I just wanted to mention as well, while we're on travel and you're going to be on a Royal Caribbean ship, you're boarding tomorrow, Royal Caribbean has a November program on right now for 30% off every guest, booking through the 30th of November. So that's really great. But I do want to tell our listeners and viewers, pay attention in the upcoming weeks because we're going to have a lot of Black Friday specials and Cyber Monday specials. So stay tuned for that. We're compiling a whole list of opportunity. Now's the time to plan that vacation for later this year and next year.
Yeah, there will definitely be deals to be had. Of course, we'll talk about them right here on Travel Tuesday and also on our radio show on WAC. And we'll be doing the show straight from the high seas, this weekend. People can tune in Saturday, 8:30 on the Big WAC, or you can just literally tell Alexa, play the Big WAC. And there it is. There's Ryan and Elizabeth at 8:30 every Saturday. And we'll be talking about Allure of the Seas and the Port of Galveston.
Absolutely. So a lot coming up, a lot of great travel information coming up. And I assume, Elizabeth, I'm going to put you on the spot, but you're traveling today. I assume you made the opportunity to do your civic duty and vote. Today is election day. So we want to remind everyone to get out and vote. It really is that important, not only this year, but every year.
I sure did. I had a 6:20 a.m. flight this morning. So I thought there's no way I can get to the polls. So I definitely went and did the early voting on Friday, cast my ballot. Just a reminder to everyone. I know there's a lot of back and forth on social media with a lot of differing opinions today. So hopefully this was like a nice reprieve from all of that to think about travel and think about Thanksgiving. But I definitely did my early voting. And did you cast your ballot, Ryan?
I absolutely did. I did early voting as well. So I was on the road early today as well. So I did it last week. So I'm all set. And we just want to remind everybody to do that today as well.
Yeah, you definitely want to have your voice be heard. That's like that. What's one more vote? You'll find out that vote does count. And you don't want to be one of the people that didn't take advantage of your right to vote.
Absolutely. And I do want to share one thing as well, Elizabeth. You know, the Powerball, the big numbers were supposed to be drawn last night. Due to some glitches, they weren't. They were drawn today. I just want to let you know, I will continue to be at work every day. I'm not a big winner.
Well, I haven't checked my ticket, so I might not be returning. You never know.
Well, here's a little heads up. I don't want to be a spoiler. One winner in California.
Okay, no, then it wasn't
So,
me. I'll be back
But
soon.
I do have to say, I did win $12, so at least that was something. So that was a good thing.
Definitely put that in that vacation fund. Remind everybody, every little bit it adds up, and then you can book your trip. And again, if people have questions, feel free to comment with any questions in the chat. If you have questions about the Port of Galveston or about Allure of the Seas, I'd be happy to answer them as we travel out and about this week. But I'll be bringing you an update later this week. How does that sound?
Absolutely. And I look forward to doing the radio show with you on the big WEC from the ship. So again, we thank everybody for watching. I'm glad you're having safe travels. Enjoy the experience in the new port. And I can't wait to talk to you when you're on board.
Okay, sounds good. Goodbye
All right.
from Houston, Texas.
Bye, everybody. And bye from Syracuse, New York.